Welcome, Capricorn Aquarius, to your 2026 New Year's forecast. Hope you guys are doing great out there. Okay, let's see what's going on. Hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. Hope you got for Christmas whatever it was that you were looking for. Let's see. Getting straight into 2026. 2026 is going to be the year of the horse as the snake is exiting. The horse will be coming in February during that Chinese New Year. It's going to be the fire horse. So there's going to be a lot of passion, a lot of fast, swift momentum, but also it's going to bring around this chaos as well. Can actually lead to a lot of chaos due to the fire. So we will see what's going on here. There's something also that I had written down. Hold on, guys. Let's look at this really fast. I wrote something down. Oh, it comes every 60 years. That was the important thing. Okay. I'd written something down. I was like, what was it that I wrote down? The fire horse comes around every 60 years. So that's very important. So let's get in here and see what's going on. Best message, please. We're going to look at the overall energy for the year. Overall energy for the year is Aquarius. This energy is freedom-loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. Nice. Okay, so anything else coming out? Venus. Wow, guys. The part of you that desires beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. Interesting, interesting. Loving that energy. Let's get a thing for it. Okay, look at that. Having Venus coming through with that Aquarius energy, which is also already a part of your energy, really thriving over here. I love that. This is going to allow yourself to really start to expand and grow and improve in the areas of your life where you have your valuables, what you really want, what you really desire. Wow. Okay, so let's go straight to winter time and see what's going on. This will be January through March. Best message and energy for the winter time. Mars energy coming in. Your physical energy, drive, strength, and fighting spirit. You're only getting one card. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. We will take that. I like it. This is where you can take on some new approaches, having that drive and that strength, using that Aries energy, having those transformations as well. I feel like there's going to be some kind of transformation within the strength and the drive of where you're putting your ambitions, especially when you have that Venus energy also. Remember, this is the overall energy for the year for you. So, I mean, there's going to be, a lot of different things going on with you when it comes to where you want to put your desires and how you're expanding and improving and growing. Venus uses a lot of growth. It is the Empress, right? So if you think of the Empress card itself, and then of course you're looking at that freedom-loving Aquarius, you're looking at that free and wild, and I love that also because then you can say you have that fire horse coming in. That fire horse also loves the freedom, the wild, right? With swift momentum, always getting things done. So I really do feel like you're going to really be projecting in wintertime your new endeavors, new projects, where you can put your desires. I get that kind of like, I'm going to wake up and face the day instead of I don't want to face the day. You're saying I'm going to face the day. Let's just look over here and see what's going on over here. My goodness, what do we have here, guys? Swift action. Look at that. You're sitting within your quiet power, looking at the right choices. Anything that was confusing you, anything that was information overload, you're saying that's okay. I do see, it's kind of time for work projects and duties to expand. Look at all that air energy. That's crazy. You're really taking on the air during the winter time. Really taking on that Aquarius energy, but that's a lot of Libra energy as well. I do feel like there is this place though where it's kind of like, because of that fire energy that's coming in with Mars, it's almost kind of saying though, Cap Aqua, you know, there's going to be a lot of confidence, you know, within your abilities to want to take on these new projects, to look at other things, to take on new endeavors, new projects, new areas, you know, that help improve, you know, your employment, your desires, the things you want to get done, the duties of your life, right? I just feel like I'm feeling really right over here, like the sixth house is really coming in, right? The duties of your life, right? But I do also feel, though, to be careful. I feel like there's kind of a warning here with the other two cards in reverse. It's kind of like, do not allow yourself to overload your plate, right? Do not overload yourself to the point where you're going to burn yourself out. By the end of winter, you don't want to take on so much, right, that you just, I don't want to do anymore, right? Make sure that you are taking that joy and that pleasure and that time. Make sure that there's a little bit of time given instead of just everything going so fast paced. Fire is fast. Air is fast. You have two of the fastest energies coming in with that air and that fire. So, you know, it's like, make sure that you are keeping that passion alive. Right? So be careful of that, because I do see you getting burned out. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, because you're really looking, there's going to be a lot of things and you're really looking for the better prosperities. It's like you're planting those seeds. You're going to see a lot of successful endeavors coming your way. You are incredibly successful at this time, especially in your working environment, right? If you're looking to find that job, right, it's going to be easier than usual, you know, than the norm to find that employment. You know, you have Venus coming in. She's like, that's prosperity, that's abundance. And I do feel, and that's that Taurian energy. She's Taurus. So I do feel that Venus now coming in to help out within the wintertime, saying, now it's time. Let's go ahead and get recognized. Let's go ahead and plant those seeds of success. Yes. Wow. Absolutely. Okay. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of, when it comes to your home life and your love life, it looks like there's going to be a healthier, healthier communication, healthier companionships, being on target, communication coming back around the way you want to have communication. You're going to be recognized for your efforts. Okay. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Could even have some new love coming in. Okay, so it does look like you're taking on a whole new era for yourself. You're leaving whatever, all that bullshit that you had last year. You're leaving that, Cap Aqua, in yesterday. You're leaving that in 2025. Of course, there's going to be some things that are going to come with you in 2026, obviously. But what I'm saying is the majority of the energy of, I cannot be successful, or I cannot do this, or I'm having a hard time doing that, that's going to leave. Leave those negative thoughts, those negative energies in 2025, and watch the new coming in with a, you know, but give yourself a new perspective as well. Not saying, I really do want this, I'm going to hold on tight to this. You don't have to hold on so tight that it can't breathe, though. Okay, you want to make sure that there's still room for air to come through your hand, right? You don't want to hold on so tight, you know, cutting off your circulation. Nothing can come through then. So I do feel like this is cycling out. The old is cycling out, and you have this new that is cycling in. And let's get a couple of money cards over here for you for the winter time. The Mercury retrogrades are going to all be in water this 2026. It's going to be Pisces, Cancer, and then Scorpio season. So they're right there. That's going to help a lot in some ways as well with intuition and helping you let go and healing. Okay, so it's going to be a lot of healing and a lot of intuitive moments during 2026 when it comes to the Mercury retrogrades, which I think is good though, because it'll actually help those who want to let go of things intuitively tap into better, healthy things. You see what I'm saying? Without it being so clouded all the time. Especially during that February, March area. Mind power, use your intelligence, analyze data logic, and think rationally. Lead with your mind. What you're going to be, because you're using a lot of Aquarius energy, and Aquarius is very analytical, right? So you're going to find yourself in more of an analytical mindset this year than last year, especially at this time of the year, where I felt like last year you might have been a little closed off, might have been had a little confusion. So I do feel like there's going to be new boundaries, new things going on. Limitations, fear and doubt limit freedom of action. Let go of your worries. Don't allow that Capricorn devil energy to come in and say, well, that's not going to happen. Okay. Yeah, that's just your ego mind coming in with the fears of holding you back from what your potentials are of doing so. Okay. So going straight into springtime, overall energy of the spring is the second house, your assets, finances, and the things that you value. So really looking at money. We already see that this, that winter was bringing in a lot of money. It was having a lot to do with improvement, right, in the second house of that money, employment, right? Like I said, things also within the sixth house, things that help us, the duties of our life. So let's see what we have here. 12th house. Second house to the 12th house here. This is the area of your life that is overwhelming you. Yield to the greater cause of power. So it's pretty much saying whatever was overwhelming you in the second house, whoa. Could be the second house, right? Or it could be that things are overwhelming you in the second house to another house as well. It could be the fifth house. Everybody's a little different. But right now it's saying anything that was overwhelming you when it comes to money and the way that you're doing with things, or just anything that's overwhelming you. Okay. Greater love, right? Health. It's just saying that things are, looking better. There's a time now that we can cycle through those old things that were holding us back and look at things from a different perspective. Look at that, fruits of your labor. It's time to reap the fruits of your labor and become rich. There it is, second house. So where you were feeling like things were really holding you back and holding you down within the second house of your employment, money, and success, it's saying you are now gaining momentum within that second house. You are now getting the job. You are now getting the clients. You are now making the success. You are now getting recognized. And you're now feeling like you're exactly where you need to be. Thank you, Venus. Thank you. So now it's time to get your payback, guys. Whoa. You're walking into a new era. This is not the same. This is a whole new era. Remember, between the dragon and the snake, they cleaned everything out. That fire horse will come in and fire away anything, right? And make a little chaos of what was ever left over. We always say that, right? There's always little bits and pieces of bullshit that's left, and she'll just fire them away without any problems whatsoever, especially when it comes to relationships. Because with relationships, when it comes to the fire horse says it's either going to deepen or it's going to go away. There really is no in between. But this is really saying that this time for whatever your services were, it's time for your payback. Your rewards are coming in. So expect to receive. So let's get a couple of T cards here and see what's going on. Show us the T in the gossip. Rebound, temporary comfort, avoiding loneliness, quick replacement, just forget. So you might feel like you have a rebound coming in. Somebody who would do anything just to get some attention. Okay, you might be putting some boundaries up when it comes to this person. But there's also a lot about divine timing, patience required, and trusting in the process. Okay, so, yep. So yeah, you definitely looks like you have somebody who's watching you, who would like to have your attention, who would do anything to have that attention. Okay, they might be on a rebound, or maybe you're in rebound um, after a long relationship. However it is, doesn't even have to be. It could just be that there's some loneliness and avoiding some loneliness. So maybe I'll just give this person a chance, right? Even though they really like a lot of attention. They could be fame hungry as well, right? So however it is, but they're definitely wanting your, I feel like they want your attention. They're just trying to do anything and everything to get your attention as much as possible. Hey, look, got these new shoes. Hey, look, I cut my hair. Hey, look, you said shave and I shaved. Hey, look. I mean, almost to the point where it's like, this person wants so much attention. You're like, I only like people with blue eyes. Look, I got contacts that are blue just for you. You know what I mean? Like, and I make my eyes blue, you know? What? You don't like glasses? Well, I got some contacts. What? Yeah, it almost feels like this is the type of person that would do anything just to stand by you, be by you. They really like you. For some of you, of course, just in general, you could say that's a total turnoff. Or for some of you, be like, wow, that's crazy. They must really like me, so I'm going to give them a chance. It's going to be depending on the person. That is a personal thing. This is not a personal reading. So I just throw that out there, and you take that how you, and a lot of you might already know who this person is, and you're like, yeah, they're crazy. That's crazy Jane. I know her. Oh, that's crazy Tim. I know him. Right, so I love it. No self-limiting beliefs. We just said over here, don't let any limiting beliefs. So it does look like there's a lot of new perspectives going on. Balancing. It's kind of crazy because I kind of seen health right here. It's kind of like, I don't know why, but I heard, watch your sweet tooth. If you're inclined to gain weight, you might want to watch that sweet tooth. See, for some of you too, you're getting ready to go to the gym. But yeah, the weakness, there's that weakness again. I've struggled to stay away from that pie and cake. That's crazy, but I do see it. Uh-oh. Yeah. I do hear that though. Make sure you're balancing your weight. Watch your weight. Stay away from your sweet tooth. Watch your sweet tooth. Some of you may have already put on a few pounds during the holiday season, and you're getting ready to go, take them off. You might even feel like you're having a bit of a struggle though, staying away from, like I said, certain foods. I just keep seeing foods. So watch your foods during this springtime. It just feel like during the wintertime, you just keep eating that pie and that cake. And, now you're like, oh gosh, now I got to go do something about it, right? The winter holidays, destroying. Got to get back to the gym. Okay, guys. So, yeah. Time to hit the gym for some of you, not all of you. Take what resonates, what doesn't resonate, my friends. Go ahead and throw that away. It's meant for someone, okay? I'm just trying to get as many messages out there that I hear during these time periods. And some good for others and some not good for others, right? Fixing up the house. I hear that one too. Fixing up the house. That's crazy. Fixing up the house. Summertime. Cancer, the 4th house. But your potentials to learn something in your local neighborhood. 3rd house to Cancer of the 4th house, which is also may concern family and mother or child. I also feel like I said, you guys could be fixing up the house. That could be between, the summertime is going to be, July through September. And so I do feel like it could be at the end of that spring area of June, going into July. But I do feel like some of you might be putting on that new roof or maybe you're adding a gym room. Who knows? Maybe that's what's going on there too with that gym. Maybe I'm putting in a gym. I also see somebody fixing a fence. Like maybe you're changing from a chain link fence to a wooden fence or vice versa. And I do see someone who has a termite problem that needs to have that looked at too. It looks like it could be in the basement area, lower level of the house. Okay, so I do see that as well. You might, if you don't know that, you might want to get that checked out, or maybe you just are going to find that out. Let's get in here and get activated and see what's going on. Summertime for the beautiful Capricorn Aquarius. The gift. You will discover new talents that will lead you to new opportunities. Can you use opportunities? You guys have so many opportunities this year to feel motivated and get improved and really start pursuing not only a successful life of what it is you truly want, but also a healthier lifestyle as well. I just keep seeing health over here. I mean, if you guys are really on this health thing, this is a great time to get buff, get into, I see new milkshakes being made. You might have got a juicer for Christmas and you're going to use the crap out of that. Ooh, those are fun. I remember having a juicer. That was so much fun. But yeah, I just see all kinds of like healthier, new you, focusing on new daily routines. I just see new habits, new chores, new tasks. It's just like the new you. You're taking on this whole new personification of yourself over here, Cap Aqua, of things that like maybe I wanted to do in 2025, but I didn't have time, or I just never pursued it enough, or maybe I didn't make enough money to be able to do these things. And now I've got the money, right? Now I've got the money to be able to do that because it's showing that you're walking into a lot of wealth. A lot of your wealth could have also come between the winter and almost springtime, from your tax returns, things of that nature as well. So I do feel like no matter what it is, there is definitely something that has to do with health related. Maybe you're in a health related profession. Maybe that's what's going on too. Sometimes our professions, right? If I'm a nurse and I find other people who go into the gym and I want to be a part of that too. So I find this new group, this new tribe, right? I have this new tribe of people that I'm hanging out with, my new employees, right? Maybe I'm working in a doctor's office and they all go to the gym and there's something going on where it has a lot to do with, there's a lot that has to do with health that's really strong this year for you guys. Becoming the healthier you. Wisdom, insight into the nature of physical objects gives you foresight. So it just looks like there's going to be a lot of new things that you're going to want to look at. I do have savings at the bottom, so it does look like you're going to have a lot of money and a lot of room for savings because you're transforming your lifestyle, your success, your money into something that's very fertile. Now here comes that Venus coming in and she's saying, because I've given you these opportunities and you've taken and engaged yourself in them, right? You might even feel a little overwhelmed in summertime with all this extra work and all this extra money and all of these extra, and there is even some like free time for some of you, extra free time, almost like to the point where it's like, I got all my work done and now I have this free time. If you own your own business, that would, I could completely see that. It depends on what you're doing. But I do see that. But I do feel like, right now it's kind of like, this is where things are moving around. I'm going to have this extra free time to take my boat out on the water. I actually have time for vacation. I can actually afford a vacation, however it is. But I do feel like you're definitely taking on different responsibilities this year than what you're used to taking on. But it's also because of that Seven of Pentacles making you stronger and making your life more complete. You see what I'm saying? Because it's bringing in all these things. So it feels more meaningful. Yes. Your current situations in summertime feel more meaningful now because now you're going to see where it's really activating. And so it's going to feel more motivated and it's going to make you feel more motivated as well. But I also feel like it's to make other people around you motivated as well to want to get out there and do things. Okay. Beautiful. So let's grab some cards over here and see what else is going on in the summer. Show us anything else that could be going on with beautiful Cap Aqua. Self-made. There it is. Independent success, overcoming odds. Learned those lessons. Completed those cycles. Yes. Growth through experience. I'm wiser now. I understand what's going on. I totally get it. So whatever it was that I wasn't getting before, I totally understand. Safe space. Emotional sanctuary, comfortable solitude. I'm here, I'm safe, I feel good. But there's this overall feeling during the summertime, I just feel good. Yep. Okay. So what else do we have here? Anything else? What about that love? See, for those of you looking for love, anything that has to do with love? Yes. If you're in love, you're just moving forward. Some of you are dealing with a Cancerian. Doesn't have to be. Some of you are dealing with another, could be another Capricorn. For some of you, it's just moving forward. You are leaving it behind anything that does not serve you at this time. It does feel like whatever baggage was you were holding on to no longer will exist during this time as you're building this new database. So you could say, I'm not holding on to an ex anymore. That person is completely out of my energy. I'm not worried about what's going on. I'm building where I want to be. It is slow to build, okay? But where there what could have been delays, there's a lot of messages going on and a lot of speedy information coming through as we have the 10 of Cups, excuse me. I love that. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some ups and downs. It does look like. It looks like this person may not be making as much money as you are. They may be having a little bit of financial problems, but it does look like you could be helping them out. Ooh, you're going to be the helper. I love it. Giving out the helping hand, time management and adaptability. Balancing out decisions when it comes to this relationship. You might even find that, they're having a little bit of down and out energy. But that's okay because it's in reverse, which is saying they're going to have the improvement that they're looking for. But it feels kind of like you're going to say, you know what, I know because I was there. I was there last year, the year before, or whatever, and I've been building and building. Take it how it resonates, or maybe you were never there, right? Maybe you're just keep improving. It's going to depend on the person. But for more than anything, Spirit says 222, alignment, connection, friendships, and romance. How do you move forward towards your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm was what keeps you going. Follow your interests. It's piqued by something. Following these routes will help you discover what your life purpose is. So I do feel like you helping them out is going to be a big thing during the summertime. But I do feel like between this love situation, there's romantic. Remember, this is a romantic relationship. If you don't have this person, that's fine, throw it away. But I do feel like your guys are going to end up complimenting each other in the end, where you're helping them out financially and helping them do what they need help with. I feel like, they're still piquing your interest within other things like, thanks for doing this with me. Let's, I just feel like there's a lot of give and receive over here when it takes, I don't know, guys. It just feels that way. They're adapting to your days off, giving you back the time that you need. There's just a lot of beautiful give and receive over here, which I love within a relationship. No breadcrumbing, no nothing. It's just like, come on, let's go do stuff. Yeah, I've got the attraction over here. You're attracting the right person into the right time of your life. There's a lot of passion. Keep the flame of passion alive. It's heartbeat of love. And I just feel like you guys are just there for each other. Yeah. It's just beautiful. I just really love that. It's a beautiful attraction. Okay, so keep a couple of these and then just keep a couple of these. I love that. Because we're not going to keep everything out, right? It just gets big. So let's go on to full and end this year and see what's going on for you. Best energy coming out is Aries energy. Guys, you guys got a lot of fire, a lot of air, a lot of fire, some earth. But, you know, Venus is earth and air because it's also Libra energy. So I'm going to say it's a lot of earth, it's a lot of fire and air for you. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading impulsive action is likely to occur. So once again, you're going to get into that fiery side of yourself, really taking that on into the 6th house. Now that's crazy because that kind of feels like how we started. What did I say the Mars felt like? And Mars is Aries. So it's almost like you're rerouting yourself right back to where you started from. You literally are. You're going straight from January. Whatever you did in winter is where you're going to, this is where you're going to end it all. And the same energy, that's same energy, Mars, Aries energy. That is the same energy. I told you that felt like the 6th house over there. And now you're getting the 6th house. So you are literally bringing it all the way around. Reminds me of SpongeBob, bringing it around town. Right? Bringing it around town. Yes, you're, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. And then you have Uranus energy as well, which is Aquarius. In which you had Mars, and what did I say? You had Mars and a lot of Aries, Mars and Aquarius energy in that reading with the, yeah, that's crazy. Your potential to sudden change, enlightenment, and awakening in the 6th house. This is crazy. You're literally starting where you're ending where you started. That's crazy. It's very rare that happens, but I'm watching you do it. But you're going to bring in this Uranus energy. You're going to bring in this star, this tower. Because what's Uranus? The star and the tower. So it's where you're going to have this enlightenment, this awakening, this sudden change, this understanding. You're going to bring it around and you're going to say, this is where I'm having a better understanding for the opportunities. And now I feel like you're in this place of complete awakening to the abilities of what you're doing. So let's see what's going on. Still helping that person out. Manifesting, releasing fear. I feel like whoever you're dealing with is now becoming mutually beneficial in their success. So you could have helped them get a job if they couldn't find a job, you know, help them out. So I do feel like there's this kind of transition that's dissolving this relationship and partnership. I feel like whatever's happening, it dissolved this into a deeper relationship than it was before. It's kind of like their loss and hardship was like a blessing in disguise for you two to get closer together. It's almost like you met this person for this reason. Huh. Very interesting. I just feel like there's some things that you guys hide together, keep secret together, but it's good because it keeps this as an existing committed relationship that gets deeper and deeper because you're on this kind of ship. For some of you, you might even think that we have this kind of twin flame, I can read your mind kind of thing, right? I look at you and I know what you're thinking. So I just feel like you have this kind of like the power of the understanding with the moon over here. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So it's like where you're getting better. You guys could be dealing with Leo as well. But I still see a lot of Cancerian energy, even though that's, yeah, could be anybody. I'm not worried about that. But it does feel like whatever it is was like a blessing in disguise. They didn't want that, of course. You would never want to think that but it is, my failures are my blessing. But of course they are, because that's where you learn to grow. That's where you learn new abilities, or putting yourself back on your own path. And it just feels like this person having this problem actually impacted your relationship so well, it actually brought you back together the way you're supposed to be together. So instead of saying, you know, what a hardship, yeah, it's a hardship, but it was there on purpose. So you could almost kind of question it, like, was that meant to be? It looks like it was. Yeah, because it looks like a blessing in disguise. I mean, clarify on that Ace of Pentacles. That Ace, I mean, look, that pentacle there, I mean, that's a gift. Look, you have the gift over here. The gift for the new opportunity. Within the love, within the understanding, right? In summertime. Yeah, see? This tower was made on purpose. Yeah. Blessing in disguise. But it's crazy because it's not really your tower. You're feeling it because it's their tower. If you're married, then it's your tower together, right? So you could say this is our tower, even though it's more on their side, but it deepens the relationship. So no matter how you want to see it, it's directly affecting you on purpose. Yeah, because it's making them stronger and more self-disciplined. So there could have been this place where they thought, well, I'm going to go I'm going to go do something that was, the grass was greener. And they realized that wasn't it. But there's a lot of protection and a lot of love over here. And there's that give and receive again. There was no moving elsewhere. There's no going anywhere. This is where it's supposed to be. This is where it's stable. This is where the compassion is. And even though they're going through this hardship, they're not supposed to really be moving. It was meant to be so that you guys can get closer. It was challenging the relationship in its own ways. But you guys but there's no standing down. If anything, what you thought, where they thought things could be weakening, it was actually pushing it to get stronger. And that's because they never breadcrumbed. They're not going to breadcrumb. They're having a hardship. You're there to take care of them. You're there to give them love. You're there to hold their hand through the situation. They admire you. They adore you. And this is where it's supposed to be. And this is where it's going to head. Absolutely, there's that Ace of Pentacles and transformation. This is where the relationship will transform. This is where it will transition. This is where they're going to find new goals, new pursuits in life, new dreams, but they're going to bring you with them. And that's very important. That's very important on your side, because there you guys can be the kindred souls and spirits that you are, and actually make this partnership more real than it's been real before on a deeper level. So you could say that fire horse is really coming in to deepen this relationship and really take it to a place that wasn't sure in summertime, or maybe even, within springtime, if it was actually even going to work. Did I just jump into this relationship head first? Not thinking, but it's okay. Because this bonding that you guys are doing within the winter time is becoming the overall spotlight of your reading, right, for the fall. It's not about the money. It's not about any of that. It's about the bonding and the strength of the new partnership, of the new relationship in the sixth house, where you guys can do things together in the sixth house, where you're sharing experiences together within the sixth house, where you're doing and reviving a type of love for each other that you may have felt never existed before, or no, it's either reviving it from something you never thought would ever happen again, or getting a love that you never thought would ever happen. Let's put it that way. So it wouldn't be a revival for some of you. It would just be, I never knew love could be that way because I've tried and it just always falls. Right? Could have been troubles with existing partners, but I just, I've always been careful. I avoid, trying to sugarcoat anything. I avoid trying to get too close to people. I avoid, right? Maybe you breadcrumb a little bit because you were so used to being breadcrumb, but then it all is different. It all turns around. There's a love. It's kind of a secret love because it's kind of this like hidden place of silence. Oh, I love it. Oh gosh, I love it. It's like it's the love that we all wanted. But there is this sacred place, and I feel like the silence that's there is like, because I don't need to go and tell everybody about all my shit, right? This is just like, this is the sacred love. That's what it is, sacred love. Love that's sacred. But I do feel like there is this kind of silence between the two of you at times, because it's the unspoken word that's very significant to the two of you, which means we don't always have to be. You see what I'm saying? And that's deep. Whoa, that's deep. That's beautiful. People will be like, how? So this is a very inspired time of the year right now. I just am loving that. And I just feel like that's going to be a new level of interaction that you have not been in either in a long time or that you've never been in it at all. Okay. So I love it. Lots of boosts and jump starts to connections over here. Okay. And I will get an overall card over here for you. Let's get an angel number and see what Spirit is talking about. We do know in summertime you do have 222, which I do love. It's talking about realigning yourself for love and commitments. And ending that out on a note, right? Ending that out with sacred love. 0220, act on your ideas, realistic, practical approach. You have the benefit of good fortune, and if you use your wise judgment, you can do anything. And remember, it's this year. This is going to go with the overall. In this place, you can reach new heights. You should act on your potentials when you see this pattern, since what you plant will grow. 7 of Pentacles. You're about to experience a spectacular ascent. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that was it for you, my friends. And the overall message for the year really looks like 2. Love you. Great alignment. Until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye. And I will see you next year in 2026.